inside of me broke.
Good day, beautiful people. I want to talk about this great film called Straw. It stars Taraji P. Henson, Tiana Taylor, and Sherry Shepherd. This movie is an absolutely wonderful testament to the effects of grief and how important mental health is. This woman struggles tremendously throughout this movie. She has a sick daughter that requires expensive medication, and she's working two jobs. And this is a spoiler, so if you haven't seen the movie, I would advise you to stop watching my video now. But their daughter actually passes away, but Taraji doesn't come to that until after the fact, once she's gone through this other chain of events, the chain of events of going through her next day as if everything is normal, as if her daughter is still there when her daughter had already, in fact, passed away the night before. I want to also talk about the effects of poverty. Poverty in itself has its own class of grief and mental illness that comes with it, because there are so many things in life that you have to deal with in a different way versus if you have the means to take care of your basic needs. I also want to commend Tyler on offering up characters in this movie that truly care and support Taraji while she is going through what she's going through. And a lot of people, unfortunately, don't have the support that they need when they are grieving and if they are going through some type of mental break. Mental health is extremely important to me. You all are going to hear me talk about this a lot on this channel, and you can go and you can see the videos I've already made on this topic, because mental health affects every other point of your life. If your mind is not in the right place, every other area of your life is going to feel it and is going to fail to some degree. So if you know anyone that is dealing with grief, especially child loss is a grief like no other. It's not like losing a parent, because parents are older and that's to be expected at some point in their lives, the older they get. But with children, that is just something that is not normal. And if you know anyone who is dealing with the loss of a child or has lost a child, or it's a possibility that they could, please check on those people, because it doesn't even matter how much time has gone by. It is a grief that will affect you like nothing else you have ever encountered or you could ever imagine. And I'm speaking from experience. I lost a child 3 years ago, and it feels like it was a month ago. Sometimes the grief just hits me out of nowhere. If I see an article of his clothing, if I see a blanket, if I see a picture pop up on my phone, or if a memory comes up in my mind from, during the time we were dealing with his illness. And sometimes even people trigger me with the things that they say, and then I remember how they treated me when I was going through that, and all types of things. Like, you'll never be the same. It changes you tremendously. But to get back to grief and mental health, there's a lot going on in the world, and people are truly dealing with a whole lot of things. And it's important for us to be sensitive to people. If you have good friends, to listen to them, and then you also use them as a sounding board to just get through this, because the mind is an organ as well. And sometimes people just totally ignore the mind and the brain and the psychology that we have to deal with in life. We treat people so sensitively and so caringly and lovingly if we find out that they had cancer or if they have any other type of ailment. But mental health, above all, should take precedence, and we need to take the stigma off of it, because the truth is we are all just one life event away from breaking. So I want to thank you all for watching and listening. If you haven't seen the movie Straw, it is a great watch. It really will cause you to think. It's great acting. It's pretty good acting in it as well. And it's one of those movies that at the end you're like, oh, wow, that never even happened. So it really just makes you think as well. Sometimes we just beam in on things that's not even true. We conjure up things that's not true. And sometimes we put ourselves through things that's not even the case. And that goes into mental health again. But you all be blessed, and thank you all for watching.